Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in here to News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD. National Anthem time. We'll be back with first kick here from the Northwest Iowa soccer field.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. What do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Some people judge a book by its.
Welcome back to the Northwest Iowa soccer field here in Spencer as the Iowa Lakes men's soccer team hosts Southeastern, the Blackhawks, for today's NJCAA Division II Region 11 championship match. Winner advances to the district championship next Saturday, which if Iowa Lakes wins, it will be here in Spencer. Much anticipated contest. These two teams met earlier this season, and it was Southeastern coming away with a bit of a convincing win in that one. So Iowa Lakes trying to avenge another one of their losses on that schedule here today and continue their path back to yet another national tournament. They come into today ranked 7th in the country. Southeastern, number 5 in the land here in Division II for the NJCAA. I'm Stephen Cutler, and we're coming at you on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, SMUnet.net, and Spencer Channel 3. Taking a look at these two teams here today, both winning quite a bit here lately, of course. When you get into the postseason, you burst into the championship match. Both of these teams started out in the semifinal round as they were the top two finished teams. Southwestern actually had the edge in points this season. Iowa Lakes picked up the regular season title for the ICCAC, and one of a few that they've been able to pile up over the years. Of course, just a couple years removed from an NJCAA national championship, and they knocked off last year's national champion Northeast in the semifinals last time out. Southwestern, they overcame Central in that one, and Iowa Lakes really playing some good football right now out on the pitch as they've strung together a number of wins. They needed to string together those wins in order to take this number 1 seed going into the bracket. They did exactly that. The big wins over Hawkeye, and then they beat Marshalltown on the road before capping off the season with a win over Iowa Central on the road. They came back here for that semifinal match against Southeastern, a team that beat them earlier on in the season. Came away with a 4-1, very convincing win there in the semifinals over Northeast, which advanced them into the championship match. Iowa Lakes today looks to be wearing their gold uniforms. Keeper is going to be wearing pink, and the keeper is going to be Lewis Kruger today, the sophomore keeper this season for Iowa Lakes. He's allowed 16 goals, 39 saves, and he's got a save percentage of 70.9% this year. Across the way in the other 6-yard box today, that is going to be Hiraki Oda for Southeastern. He is a sophomore, and this year allowed only 13 goals, and he's racked up 46 saves this year. He brings forth a 78% save percentage this season for the Blackhawks. Southeastern coming out of Burlington, Iowa. It's a long trip up here, a trip they've now had to make twice this season. And they came up here, picked up the win last time, as I previously mentioned. By the looks of it, it is going to be Southeastern operating right to left across your radio dial and screen. And they're in black uniforms here today, red numbers, and they've got the wind at their back for these first 45 minutes of action. Iowa Lakes, as I mentioned, they're in the yellow. Looks like some silver numbers today for them. And they'll be operating left to right across your dial here today. And screen. SMUnet.net is bringing you your video stream, as well as Spencer Channel 3 with your television broadcast with your SMU cable subscription. We're on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD with audio streaming on NorthwestIowaNow.com. And you can be sure to find the story, the highlights from this match come Monday on NorthwestIowaNow.com as well. It's the NJCAA Division II Region 11 Championship match from the Northwest Iowa Soccer Field here in Spencer. 45 minutes on the clock as we await the Lakers to break out of their huddle here and take the field to highly motivated teams as they try to break into the national tournament. A couple of top 10 teams will certainly be on the list of at-larges, depending on which one isn't able to come away with a win here today. But, of course, you want to lock in that auto bid. So lining up to get the kicking started here for Iowa Lakes. And they will get us rolling here. And we're underway. Pass out over to the right side, and Lakers on the attack. Swung out to that right side here for Iowa Lakes. Handling it for the Lakers this time is going to be Sada. Back into the middle of the field, knocked around a little bit, and it's going to be Southeastern who comes away with it. And on that right side, left side of the field, there for the Blackhawks, handling it for them is going to be Navajo. And out onto the right side, disrupted a little bit here by the Lakers, but working up the right touch line is the Blackhawks. Some physical play out there near that right touch line. Rolls out of bounds, they'll say off Iowa Lakes. And it will be Southeastern to throw it in. Lofted up over the top of the field, header back just ahead of the touchline. Knocked free and taken away here is Iowa Lakes as they work it out over to the keeper here. And that is going to be Kruger. Scans the field for the Lakers before launching a long high kick up into the air that the wind knocks down just past the center line. Headed the other direction that time and taken up the right side of the field here by Ishikawa for Southeastern. Taken back away by the Lakers, and then a sliding tackle there by Northeast. We get a whistle. A little too much contact there, about 15 yards in front of the center line against Southeastern. It'll be a free kick here for the Lakers. Our officials wearing some purple shirts here today. The wind very, very strong, coming pretty much directly from the south. So the Lakers will have that at their face here today. Lining up, long kick towards the goal, arcing into the 18-yard box, headed back up into the air. And an offside's going to be whistled here against Southeastern. So Lakers will take Southeastern, Iowa Lakes on the offside. Southeastern will take the free kick from there. It's going to be Oda. Lines up. And he'll swing it out to the left side. Arcing over his player there and coming away with that out here on the near side of the field for Iowa Lakes. That's going to be Velasquez. Velasquez back out on the right side. Hesitates a little bit down into the right corner. Met by a couple of black jerseys trying to work his way through here. But then it's going to be taken away there. Coming down to get his Louis for Southeastern. They're still terrorizing Velasquez here as he tries to kick it across the 18-yard box, taken there by Iowa Lakes and Curry. And there's a kick towards the goal, misses left that time. First real shot of this one, and it goes left of the goal. Goal kick coming up here for Southeastern. 42-10 to play. First half here of the NJCAA Region 11 Championship for Division II between Southeastern and Iowa Lakes. A couple of ICCAC foes doing battle here today out of Region 11 as Oda lines up and kicks a long one down the left side of the field. Battle for possession in the middle third. Going to be temporarily picked up by the looks of it there by Southeastern, but Iowa Lakes able to come away with it and working out over to the middle of the field and taking it from there for the Lakers. Now down the middle and plenty of contact there. Southeastern's going to come away with it. Going to retreat it back to Oda in the 18-yard box before he launches a kick downfield. Redirected there by Anwar for Iowa Lakes. Back over to the right side, Southeastern in possession. Right side of the center circle and bringing it up the middle before passing out over to the left side. Taking it there for Southeastern is going to be Navajo. Navajo back with it here. Centers it back to his teammate. Handling it here for Southeastern, and that is going to be Palaio. Palaio long kick down the right side, taken there by his teammate and Raposo. Raposo gets it teared away from him by a Laker out on the left side. 40-46 to play here. First half still scoreless between these two ICCAC foes. A little bit of pressure coming up there from the Blackhawks, and they're going to be able to take possession. Popped up into the 18-yard box. Nobody home, maybe trying to lead Frias there. But it is going to get corralled by Kruger, and he's going to head it out to the left side. Pass out to that left. Lakers in possession across the center line. Pushing up to the middle of the field. One touch trying to lead Velasquez there, but it is going to get knocked free back down to the Iowa Lake side of the field. Tracking it down there for the Lakers is going to be Youssef. Youssef just right of the middle, retreats it on back to Kruger as we hit 40 minutes to play in this first half. 5 minutes gone so far in this one, and we're scoreless. Long high kick. Wind knocks it down about 10 yards in front of the center line. Lakers in possession here. Moved out to that left touch line. Out of bounds. They'll say off Iowa Lakes. And a throw-in coming up here for, off Southeastern, throw-in coming up here for the Lakers. Scanning the field a little bit here as we get a short stoppage. Lakers lining up. Throw in here just down the left touch line. Battle for the ball. Is going to get one here by Southeastern as they continue to battle for possession in the middle third of the field. Taken there by Neomasit. Retreats it on back to his teammate there. Taking it is going to be Navajo. Navajo with it. Now it's swung out over the left side and taken away. Back down the right side of the field there for Iowa Lakes is going to be Curry. Tried passing him back into the middle field. Retreated back here to Youssef. Out on the right touch line for the Lakers. Working it back towards the middle of the field. Retreated here with 38:52 to go in the first half. Kruger is going to come up way above the 18-yard box here and swings out to the right side. There to get it for the Lakers is going to be Koppa. Back to Kruger. Kruger out over to a teammate on the left touch line here for Iowa Lakes. Scoreless here with 38:30 to go first half, and knocked out of bounds on that left touch line by the Lakers. It's going to be a throw-in here for Southeastern. Substitution, not quite a substitution yet here from the Iowa Lakes bench. We got another stoppage here as our official wants to have a discussion with a few of these athletes out on the left side of that field, the Lakers' left side of the field. Clock going to bury itself beneath 38 minutes here by the time we get this ball thrown in from that now right touch line here for Southeastern. Blackhawks had the most points on the ICCAC table this season. There's a high kick, long downfield, Wind picking it up and running with it right now. Kruger lets it bounce a few times before he tracks down on the right side of the 18-yard box here for Iowa Lakes. He'll let his teammates get positioning here before he gets ready to move it on. He'll pick it up before a Blackhawk striker there could get into the box and get after him. Kruger's still taking his time to deliver this, and he launches one piercing through the wind. It's going to get taken up in the middle of the field. Yusuf then redirects it and is going to be taken here by Curry. Knocked free and stealing it away. He is Neil Mosseit for Southeastern. Southeastern now from the middle of the field. Swung out over to the left side. Here with it is going to be Partajoy. Partajoy with 2 yellow jerseys in front of him. Swings it across the middle of the 18-yard box. Knocked free. And Iowa Lakes takes it away up the left side of the middle of the field. Reversing field, trying to get through and knocked away temporarily. We get a whistle. It's going to be against Southeastern. Iowa Lakes will get a free kick around the center circle, 10 yards behind the center line. Swung out over to the right side and pushed up that right side, taking here Curry for Iowa Lakes. Retreating it back to Yusuf. Yusuf, long high kick towards the 18-yard box. Once again, that wind knocking it down pretty good here. Iowa Lakes trying to put some pressure here on the Blackhawks. Retreated a few steps here, then centered in the middle of the field. Some footwork getting put together from both athletes here as they try to find some room down into the corner. Swung down into the 18-yard box. First defender misses his kick. Next defender is able to clobber it up into the air as it bounds downfield. Yusuf with the header out to the left side. Lakers trying to keep it in bounds. It's knocked out of bounds. Looked like off a Southeastern foot. A throw-in coming up here for Iowa Lakes. 35-37 to go as we bear down on 10 minutes of action here in the first half. Scoreless between Iowa Lakes and Southeastern. NJCAA Region 11 championship match here today at the Northwest Iowa Soccer Field in Spencer. Knocked right back out of bounds again here on that left touch line. Fired back in. Iowa Lakes with possession just ahead of the center line. Yusuf's going to take it around the center line here. Then trying to push it up ahead. Trying to swing it back out to the other side there to Curry, but cut off there by the Blackhawks and Neil Mosseit. Now with it here is going to be Frias. Frias trying to find some room, taken away here. Curry there for Iowa Lakes, and once again knocked away here. Almost a run at the goal there for the Lakers, but it's knocked out of bounds. That would be Encha there, who had a look, but wasn't able to capitalize for Iowa Lakes. It was knocked out of bounds, though, off Southeastern, and the Lakers take possession. Curry out on the right side. Pushes it ahead, reversing around the goal line and swinging it across the middle of the 18-yard box. Clipped out of there by a Southeastern defender. Lakers still in possession, left side high of the 18-yard box. There's a kick up towards the goal, and settling under it to make the catch on it is going to be Hioraki Oda for Southeastern. The keeper, Oda, absolutely laces a boot down the left side of the field. Running up behind it is Neil Mosseit to the left corner here for Southeastern. Neil Mosseit scanning the field. He'll bring it back a few steps before attacking the left touch line again here. Just all sorts of pressure on around him that time from Saada for Iowa Lakes. Retreated back behind the center line. Taking it here is Palaio for Southeastern. Swings a kick back out to the left side. Going to get it is Neil Mosseit. Neil Mosseit retreats a few yards before centering it over the middle. Taking it here, Palaio. And a battle for possession here. Southeastern trying to keep up the attack as we work down towards 33 minutes to play in this first half. Long high kick into the 18-yard box is going to be picked up by Kruger there for Iowa Lakes. And we drop below 33 minutes to play. Kruger sends a boot out to the left side. Wind stonewalls it in front of this center circle. But Iowa Lakes coming away with it down the left touch line, and Lakers got some numbers here. Here comes Iowa Lakes. There's a pass towards the 18-yard box, knocked free by a Southeastern defender. Swung back out across the field here, and taking it for Southeastern That's going to be Navajo. Now handling out on that left touch line, knocked out of bounds. Trying to find some room to work there was Partajoy for Southeastern. Thrown back in bounds. And it's going to head back to their keeper there in Oda. Oda bowls it out to his teammate on the right side. Southeastern long kick down the right touch line. Wynn takes this one and rolls it all the way down and out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick here for the Lakers. 31:55 to go first half here in a scoreless match. It's Iowa Lakes and Southeastern in the NJCAA Region 11 Championship. Winner advances to the district championship next week. It'll be hosted by the Region 11 champion. Both of these teams ranked in the top 10 coming into today in that final poll from the NJCAA. We got some substitutions in and out. We are broadcasting on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, and NorthwestIowaNow.com with your audio stream, SMUnet.net and Spencer Channel 3. Also bringing you your video stream. Going on a little bit of a jog there with the ball is going to be Kapab, but he gets stopped. They're going to have to reset it here with 31:02 to play in this first half. He'll take a free kick from just inside his own 18-yard box. A right-footed kick is going to end up around the center line, header the other direction from Southeastern. Iowa Lakes on the attack now on the left side with some room to work. And stolen away there and booted up the right side. Taking it up here is going to be Raposo for Southeastern. Knocked free by the Lakers, and we continue to battle for possession in the middle of the third as we work down below 30.5 minutes to play in this first half. Currently working on our 15th minute of action here in Spencer, and we're still scoreless between these two top 10 NJCAA Division II soccer teams. Knocked around a little bit there, and a whistle against Southeastern. It'll be a free kick about 10 yards in front of the center line here for Iowa Lakes. Swung out to the right side. Here's Yusuf. Covers a few yards before brings it back to his teammate there. Working it out to the left side there. And pass towards the 18-yard box. Getting behind the defense. There's a kick and a goal for Iowa Lakes. Lakers score with 29:50 to go here in this first half. So Iowa Lakes jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Eugene Vessels on the score there. Looking at Vessels this season, that'll be goal number 8 for him, and the Lakers take the 1-0 lead. And good start for Iowa Lakes, not just to get the goal, but get the goal with the wind at your face here. As now Southeastern trying to get on the attack out on the right side of the field. Battling for possession. Yusuf comes up and spins a kick down the left side. Vessels there again, but this time it's going to bounce into the arms of Oda. 1-0, 29:25 to play in your first half. Iowa Lakes out in front of Southeastern in the NJCAA Region 11 Championship. Lakers trying to advance back to the district championship here today. It's going to get pushed behind the center line. Taken there for Iowa Lakes and worked back towards the middle of the field. Here's a kick out to the left side, taking it on that left touch line. And here's Vessels again. Vessels sends a kick into the 18-yard box, and a good follow by a teammate, but just missing left. One black jersey draped around his back that time, and it remains 1-0. Here's the clock dips below 28:40 to go in your first half. And Oda lines up here for the goal kick for Southeastern. The Blackhawks have really emerged as contenders in this ICCAC the last few years. Kind of a upset waiting to happen at times when they face some of these higher-ranked teams. Now, of course, this year's kind of been the breakthrough year. They've been in the top 10 for a majority of the season. Picked up some nice wins over the course of the year, including against this Iowa Lakes team here in Spencer. That's a really long drive to get off the bus and play 90 minutes of soccer. 27:46 to go. Free kick here in front of the center line for Southeastern. Floated into the 18-yard box. Yusuf, about the tallest player out there at this point, climbs the ladder and gets a header out to the left side. Vessels there gets terrorized a little bit. Knocked out of bounds. Last off Southeastern. It's going to be a throw-in here for the Lakers. Iowa Lakes dispatched Northeast in the last round. That was the defending national champion that they knocked out of the regional tournament. A lot of auto bids likely to come out of this region. So we'll see if Southeastern could get one of those. But I imagine whoever drops this one today would certainly get a nod, but I'm not in those offices making those decisions. Iowa Lakes with a 1-0 lead, 26:45 to go. Yusuf covering a whole lot of yardage here across center line as he pushes a pass up to the right side here to his teammate in Curry. Kicked back over the middle of the field. Nobody home there for the Lakers. And it's going to be taken by Oda. Long kick, bounds downfield. Yusuf's there for Iowa Lakes. Yusuf launches a right-footed kick out across the field. And taken here, Vessels out to the left side. There's a hesitation, kick back across the middle. There's a kick at the goal, misses right. Really nice sequence there by Iowa Lakes, just couldn't finish with one in the goal. Remains 1-0 as we hit 26 minutes to play here in this first half. And Oda lines up for his goal kick here. Out over to the right side and pushed up to that right touch line here. Southeastern kicks it back down the middle of the field, going back to get it here. And taking possession is going to be Raposo here for Southeastern, trying to get on a run. He's torn to the ground. Looks like plenty of mutual contact between the two of them. And we get a stoppage here. It looks like our official is going to have a discussion. It looked pretty mutual on the contact from where I was sitting. Doesn't look like we're going to get a card out of this, but our official wanted a quick discussion there with Iago Rafi for Iowa Lakes. And now also having some words with the official for the Lakers is Velasquez. It's going to be a free kick. Sitting about 40 yards away from the goal in the middle of the field, lining up to do it here, is going to be Ishikawa for Southeastern. Ishikawa approaches. This kick, lofted, 18-yard box, and a header goes out of bounds. But disrupting that there is going to be Vessels for Iowa Lakes, but we'll see our first corner here of the day. So Southeastern lines up for the corner kick from the right side. Clock going to be dropping beneath 25 minutes to play. We're 20 minutes into this one here, and Iowa Lakes with a 1-0 lead over Southeastern. A couple of top 10 teams doing battle here today in Spencer at the Northwest Iowa Soccer Field. And an opportunity, got to be taking that wind into account here on this corner from the right side. So it's moving towards the goal here, and this spins hard, and a header well out of there, bouncing out towards that right touchline and out of bounds. Throw-in coming up here for Southeastern. A little bit of an exchange of words there between a few of the athletes. Want to say that would be Lefebvre. And there's a throw-in back towards the 18-yard box. Knocked out back to the top, almost a missed kick. That was a missed opportunity there for Southeastern. Lakers trying to gain possession of the ball. This stray kick out to the left side. Race to the ball, won by Iowa Lakes, reversing field, and then keeping it in bounds here. Still battling with 3 black jerseys there for Iowa Lakes. That'd be Nataencha for the Lakers. Lakers back with it here in their own side of the field. That's going to get retreated back to Kruger, and Kruger will take it. One of the top keepers in the ICCAC this season as he kicks out to the right side, but this wind is going to pick it up. Probably a kick that I would have guessed sails at least 40 yards, was cut down to 25 that time. And Yusuf drops to the ground here. A whistle comes in, and I think we might potentially have our first card. As our official brings over, let's see who he's got coming over to him here. He's actually having a discussion with 2 separate Blackhawks here. We're not going to see a card given out, but our official speaking with Tomas Raposo, as well as, well, that would be Joshua Barboza. And Iowa Lakes gets the free kick from about 18 yards up from the goal line in their own side of the field. Here's a long kick down the left touchline, running out to get it there for Iowa Lakes, trying to find it Zarafi. Header back onto the Iowa Lakes side of the field by Southeastern. And a whistle here against the Blackhawks again. 22:50 to go. Another free kick coming up here. Some passionate discussion going on between our official here today and a few athletes from both sides. 1-0 Iowa Lakes on top. This free kick about 20 yards back from the center line, floats down the left side of the field. Trying to gain possession here for Southeastern is going to be Raposo. Out on the right touch line here, battling around a few yellow jerseys and losing it out of bounds there. It's going to be a throw-in, though, for Southeastern, knocked free by the Lakers, and Southeastern back on the throw-in here. Iowa Lakes catches a straight pass there. Yusuf dancing past one defender. And they're going to whistle Yusuf for this one. And a stoppage at 21:51. And the navy and yellow faithful out here letting our official hear it after that one. Yusuf was just trying to get around a Southeastern player there in the middle of the field, and they're going to say he knocked him down to the ground. And it's going to be another halfway decent free kick here, about 10 yards in front of the center circle for Southeastern. Clock at 21:51. We'll restart here momentarily. And approaching. Left-footed kick. Rifles through, and Kruger's right there to knock it down. Kruger this season has started all 14 games he's appeared in for Iowa Lakes. 70.9% save percentage. And Iowa Lakes trying to get back on the attack here. They spent a lot of time on their side of the field in the last 10 minutes. Out on the right side, handling the ball there for Iowa Lakes is Martin. Now out to the right for the Lakers. Yusuf. Lost out of bounds before they could get it to Martin there, and it's going to be a throw-in here for Southeastern. Check that. It will be a throw-in. Taking it for the Blackhawks and firing it down the left touchline. There's a header the other way by Martin. Taking here up the right side, looking for some room to work, getting knocked to the ground that time for Iowa Lakes' Story. And a whistle comes in after that contact. That's Sam Story for Iowa Lakes, the sophomore, with a couple of goals and assists each this season. Velasquez sends it out to the right side. High kick into the 18-yard box. Laker there retreats it. Strong kick here. And that thing was still rising as it crossed the goal line. Missed well right. Goal kick coming up here for Southeastern as we work towards 20 minutes to play in the first half. 1-0 Iowa Lakes on top here in your NJCAA Region 11 championship match for Division II. Lakers coming off a win against Northeast. It was Southeastern over Central on the other side of the bracket. And back to get it here for Southeastern. Temporarily before he got it knocked away from him is Navajo. And now Southeastern. Across the center line. Reversing field here is Portajoy. Portajoy gets it back to his teammate there in Navajo. Navajo on back to Adagami. And running out to get it is going to be their keeper, Oda. Oda out to the right side, and then on that right touchline here, Southeastern on their own side of the field, retreated again. Oda has to hustle up to get this one. Kicks it long and high downfield. Good header the other direction, but no Blackhawks home. Yusuf's there for Iowa Lakes. Reverses back into the middle of the field before sending on back to Kruger here. 19-12 to go. First half, 1-0. Iowa Lakes out in front of Southeastern here in your regional championship match. We go back and forth across the middle third of the field between the defenders here. They're going to send it on back to Kruger again, who takes a right-footed kick high into the air. Knocked down about 20 yards shy of the center line before it bounces out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up here for the Blackhawks. Fired in there, and taking it is going to be Portajoy for Southeastern. Out to the left side, taking it there, Navajo. Navajo slips a pass through into his teammate there in Frias. Frias on back behind the center line to Adagami. Adagami back there to Portajoy. And then Portajoy's pass gets knocked away, and Iowa Lakes trying to get a run together here the other direction. Story in the middle of the field for Iowa Lakes. Swings it out to the left side behind his intended teammate there, and it's going to go out of bounds off Iowa Lakes. 18:04 to go, 1-0 Southeastern on the throw-in. Just inside that right touch line, it's going to be knocked straight up into the air, battling for possession. Knocked out of bounds, this time off Southeastern, and Iowa Lakes will throw it in. Lakers have had a few opportunities today, cashed in on one of them off the goal from Vessels. And it's knocked out of bounds again here, this time off Iowa Lakes on that right touch line where Southeastern will throw it in. Fired up into the air, header back down into the earth there just behind the center line. And it's actually somebody must have gotten a hand on that one as Southeastern gets a free kick just behind the center line out right near that right touch line. Long high kick, header the other direction that time from Lefebvre. And now out onto the left side. Yusuf able to get away from danger. Out over to the right side is running into that penalty area there for Southeastern was Barboza. Now to the middle of the field, swinging out to the left side. Here's Vessels. Vessels to the left side. There's a nice pass into the 18-yard box. A kick and just missing high and right. Another big opportunity there for Iowa Lakes. Miss high and right. Really well-delivered pass. Good sequence. Lakers continue to really control this first half as we work down towards 30 minutes away. In this one, we're in your 28th minute of action here from the Northwest Iowa soccer field in Spencer. Taking his time here for the goal kick and just tapping it out to a teammate right in front of them. There's Oda. There's a kick up the right side. Southeastern Iowa Lakes battling for positioning. Vessels gets a touch on it here. Runs back to get it behind the center circle before he retreats it to Yusuf. Yusuf swings it out to the right side where his keeper and Kruger kicks a high one that just keeps traveling out of bounds there. It's going to be a throw-in from the near side for Southeastern. And taking the throw-in for the Blackhawks will be Ishmael Navajo. Navajo, the sophomore defender for Southeastern. Southeastern coached by Henrique Vieira in his first year at the helm of the Blackhawks. Is a native of Brazil. Lakers get a few bounces heading their direction, but it's redirected and kicked back downfield by Southeastern. Laker defenders corral it and send it back to Kruger in the 18-yard box, and he just can't get anything behind these kicks right now. He's just trying to get as much as possible and let his midfielders go to work with it. But a lot of times it's just bouncing right back to defenders. This wind right now is making things difficult on Iowa Lakes, which makes that 1-0 lead all that more important here with you getting the win going into your next 45 minutes. Iowa Lakes will get a free kick here from just inside the touchline. Swung over by Kenta Yagi there into the contest for Iowa Lakes. Yusuf swings it back out to Yagi. Yagi runs right in to the Blackhawk there. And Elon Portajoy. Fired back inbounds there by Yagi. And now taking it for Iowa Lakes. Trying to find some room to work there for the Lakers before sending a kick downfield. Is going to be Kape, but then a whistle comes in. It's going to be against Iowa Lakes and a free kick coming up here for Southeastern. They haven't been allowing too much physicality to go out here on the pitch between the two sides. A little bit of a joust on the ball there in the middle of the field that goes straight up into the air, and Vessels comes away with it, then gets his pocket pick. Some nice footwork there from Southeastern's Ishikawa. And then we get another stoppage, collision in the middle of the field as Vessels down, and our first yellow card is going to be issued here. The yellow card there going against Pelayo. Pelayo Alonso gets the yellow card. For Alonso, that is his 8th on the season for Southeastern. And the clock stops 13:34 to play in this first half. There's been a few times where I thought he was going to reach for that card here today, but he's kept it in his pocket for the most part. This time, just a little too much contact there from Alonso to let pass. Now this kick towards the Southeastern 18-yard box. The defenders for the Blackhawks work it out of there. It's going to roll out of bounds on the right side of the field, the Southeastern right side of the field, so Iowa Lakes will take the throw in from their left. Here's the kick up to the top of the 18-yard box on the left side, turning back towards the goal. Here's a kick out onto the right side and unable to get his foot behind it. That was a really well-delivered pass. Yagi was unable to get the angle off the foot that he wanted to get it in the goal, but another really nice sequence there from Iowa Lakes. They just weren't able to put it through. Lakers onto the Southeastern side. They'll retreat it back to Yusuf here. Yusuf will slip it on through, and then he gets it right back on the center line. Launches a kick there that hit off the shoulder of Neomasit for Southeastern. Now Neomasit comes away with it for the Blackhawks, and a whistle comes in. Neomasit very frustrated after that, and the free kick will be coming up here from Iowa Lakes, and Yusuf strong 20 yards behind the center line as he swings it into the middle of the field. Kicking it up into the air there for Iowa Lakes is going to be Lefebvre. And knocked out of bounds here, they'll say, off of Southeastern Iowa Lakes to throw it in from the left touchline. Lakers lead 1-0 as we hit 12 minutes to play in this first half. And Iowa Lakes will knock it out of bounds themselves here on that left touchline. So a throw-in coming up here for the Blackhawks. News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD. We're streaming on NorthwestIowaNow.com, a video on SMUnet.net and Spencer Channel 3. NJCAA Region 11 Championship match here from the Northwest Iowa Soccer Field in Spencer. This is fired in. Southeastern wanted a handball there, and it looked like it did get called, so Southeastern will take the free kick. as they work it back and forth on their third of the field, front of their third. Now working it up that right touch line into the middle. Turning to face the Laker defense, trying to spin around. Some tough defense there applied by Lefebvre for Iowa Lakes. Knocked back out of bounds, and it looks like we're going to get another throw in here from the Lakers. 10:49 to play, 1-0. Iowa Lakes on top of Southeastern here in this regional championship. We're in the first half. Coming up at the half, we'll be able to hear my interview with Mukwai Ogichita, head coach of the Iowa Lakes women, after they claimed the regional championship yesterday against Northeast by a score of 2-0. Be sure to tune in to our sportscasts on Monday morning. We'll have the full reports from both of the games this weekend that the Iowa Lakes men and women played, along with some of the highlights. Here comes a free kick for Iowa Lakes, about 20 yards in front of the center line. Knocked out to the left side. We got a loose ball on the right side goal line there, and it's going to get covered up by Oda. Oda this season, 78% save percentage. He's allowed 13 goals this year. He is a sophomore keeper for the Blackhawks, and he gets a good boot with the wind way downfield, covering about, I'd say, 60 yards through the air with that boot. It's knocked out of bounds here. They will say off Southeastern on the Blackhawks side of the field with Iowa Lakes on the throw-in. 9:26 to play first half. Iowa Lakes in front 1-0 against Southeastern in this NJCAA Region 11 championship match. Right back out of bounds again off Southeastern on that left touch line for a throw-in coming up for Iowa Lakes. Lakers trying to get their way back into the national tournament. Won it a couple years ago. This high kick up into the air and well out of bounds, way behind the Southeastern bench when it finally landed. So a throw-in coming up here from the Blackhawks. 8:47 to play in this first half. This throw-in bounds into the middle of the field on the Lakers side. Southeastern trying to get some offense going again here. And slipping past the defense, making a nice cut in the middle of the field. Still a garrison of yellow jerseys there waiting for him. And Iowa Lake's going to take it away, but not before a whistle comes in here. It looks like it's going to be against Southeastern, though, and we'll get a free kick for Iowa Lakes. And Anwar Youssef will do so. 1-0 here with 8:10 to play in the first half. Iowa Lakes on top of Southeastern. It looks like the Lakers going to go ahead and give the free kick there to Kappa, who will swing it back to his teammate and Kruger in the goal. Youssef now, he sends a kick that goes off the back of his teammate Yagi. Keeping it in bounds here is now Southeastern trying to get on the attack just off the left side of that 18-yard box. Iowa Lakes defense sticking with it. Here's the kick down that right side of the field, and unable to keep it in bounds there for the Lakers. As he was trying to battle for positioning is Emmanuel Benazra. 7:40 to play as we get another stoppage here on the field. A throw-in coming up here for Southeastern. Thrown in by Navajo. Knocked right back out of bounds. Here comes another throw-in from that left touch line for Southeastern. Lobbed up over the top. A couple of headers from yellow jerseys here. And Southeastern trying to come away with possession. They're going to get Yagi with a whistle here. And Yagi's going to get a yellow. Into Yagi flying in there for a tackle that decleated Neil Masit, excuse me. .7:16 to play. A number of stoppages here in the last 4 minutes or so have really slowed this game down. They weren't letting too much physicality get away early on. The teams kept after each other, and now a yellow card has been handed out to both sides, and a free kick coming up here about 40 yards away, well on the left side of the goal. So lining up for this free kick opportunity here for Southeastern. This is spun towards the 18-yard box, knocked right back out to the front. Here's a goal on the ground that Kruger just steps on here. And with 7:08 to go, Kruger picks it up off the turf, and he'll bowl it out to the left side. Coppa there pushes it up ahead to a teammate there on the left side. Taking it there for Iowa Lakes is Renata. And out there is Vessels. And it's knocked out of bounds, they will say. Both sides pointing at their own there, and they're going to say Southeastern gets it on the throw-in. Header the other direction, and now taken back up the left side. Once again handling the football here is going to be Renata for Iowa Lakes. Battling for possession in the middle third again with these two sides. Trying to stick with it back into the middle of the field, and Southeastern will rotate it back to a defender on the right side as it's passed down the middle onto the Iowa Lakes side. Southeastern trailing 1-0, 6:13 to play in this first half, and Youssef just tears it away that time from Frias. Youssef going for a jog here. He passes out to the right side. Iowa Lakes going to retreat it, let some of their teammates catch up here, middle of the field. Swung back out to the left. Lakers trying to get on the attack here from the left side. Retreating a few steps. And good job by the back line here for Southeastern to stifle that opportunity. Lakers coming right back with the pressure here. And they're going to get an offsides. This offsides is lined up about 25 yards up from the goal line here. 5:20 to play in your first half, 1-0. Iowa Lakes on top. There's been times where Southeastern's been able to control possession pretty good on the Iowa Lakes side of the field, but they just haven't really gotten too many opportunities. Long kick here that the wind takes a hold of and rolls out of bounds over the Laker goal line. And it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Iowa Lakes. 4:50 to play in this first half. Iowa Lakes with the 1-0 lead here in your NJC AA Division II, regional championship. Kick down the left side of the field, headed the other direction by Southeastern. Going to go right back out of bounds. We'll see another goal kick here from Kruger. And Kruger will set it up here on the left side. Winner advances to the district championship match. This kick travel across the center line here. Well, Vessels somehow came away with that one. And Vessels here down in the corner for Iowa Lakes. Down the goal line, Vessels. Met by a couple black jerseys before he retreats it out to the left side. A little bit of a joust between bodies there. Here's a long kick that's going to be well high of the goal, out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up here for Oda and Southeastern. 3:40 to play in the first half. 1-0. Iowa Lakes on top of Southeastern. That goal coming all the way back in the 16th minute, early in the 16th minute when the Lakers were able to get a goal from Vessels. Now down the middle of the field, battling for possession. Both teams, Southeastern comes away with it, and this kick is going to be not a whole lot of elevation on it as it skips to the feet of Kruger. Lets the clock milk a little bit before picking it up off the grass. And he will boot it down the right side. This thing was never going to be in bounds, as the wind spins it back the other direction. We're beneath 3 minutes to play in this first half. 1-0. Lakers out in front of the Blackhawks. Yusuf disrupts the throw in, and Iowa Lake's able to come away with it there. Kick down the right side. Battling for positioning there for the Lakers downfield was Benazra. Then we get a whistle here against Iowa Lake's. Quick free kick by Southeastern. They'll retreat it a little bit. Back in front of the center line for the Blackhawks is Adagami. Gets it back to Oda. Disrupted in the middle of the field there temporarily by Iowa Lakes, but Southeastern coming away with it. And out on the left side of the field, it's Neil Mashit. Neil Mashit is going to bring it all the way back there to his defender. Got a little bit of shove from behind him. And a free kick about 8 yards behind the center line for Southeastern. Neil Mashit out over to the left side. Now handling it is going to be Partajoy, and he kicks it towards the goal. It's going to get reeled in there by Kruger. And the score remains 1-0 here. 1:45 to play first half. Out to the left side. Iowa Lakes with the 1-0 edge. And tight-roping the touchline here. Spinning off the defense. Good handles shown off out on that left side by Vessels. Still battling for possession. Southeastern looks like they had the edge for a little bit at least on possession in the middle of the field. But the long kick taken away by Yusuf, retreated back to Kruger, who sends it out to the left side. And Vessel's trying to go to work here, doing all he can to work his way around Ishikawa there on that left side. Long high kick downfield, redirected by Southeastern back to the center line, and Vessels couldn't contain it this time. Out of bounds off him, and with 60 seconds to play in the first half, throw-in coming up here for Southeastern. Southeastern will throw it in here about 5 yards in front of the center line, stepping into the throw downfield, missing the header, but it's going to go right over the black jersey in front of the feet of a Laker defender. And it looks like they're actually gave a free kick here to Iowa Lakes. And this kick down the middle of the field, headed straight up into the air. Black jersey and a yellow jersey up to get it, and another whistle comes in here. It's going to be a free kick for Iowa Lakes. Opportunity here from roughly 30 yards out. They'll retreat him a little bit right down the middle here from 36 yards away. Lakers need to hustle it up here. Here's the free kick delivered at the goal. Couple hops into the arms of the keeper. And a whistle, and didn't like that kick getting hurried up so much, our official. And they'll send it back to the sideline here as that takes us to halftime. 1-0. Iowa Lakes out in front of Southeastern. The goal there in the 26th minute, early in the 26th minute, by Vessels gives Iowa Lakes the 1-0 edge. We'll take a break, be back in a couple minutes here, and we'll be joined by Mukwa Gichida, head coach of the Iowa Lakes women's soccer team. We spoke with him after their win yesterday against Northeast. That advances them to the district championship. You're listening to Iowa Lakes Soccer here on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD. We're streaming audio on NorthwestIowaNow.com with video on SMUnet.net and Spencer Channel 3.
Skills is charged.
He's a sick man. He belongs in jail.
He had been attacked in all the right places if you wanted to kill somebody.
I murdered him because I wanted her.
Murder on Trial. New episode Friday at 9. Part of Crime and Investigation, only on A&E.
Thank you for watching Ultimate TV from Spencer Municipal Utilities. To see our channel lineup, click the guide button or visit us online at smunet.net.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
At school, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
Sometimes I can't believe that you could be proud of me if I'm not proud of myself.
It just was hard today.
nobody was listening to me.
Think of our best times together. Let's do more of that.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Speaking with Muko Agichida, head coach of the Iowa Lakes women's soccer team, here today after an NJCAA Women's Division II Region 11 championship win, and 2-0 here today. Let's start out with the first half for you, and getting a lot of opportunities there. Just how did you feel about the performance in general in those first 45 minutes?
I thought the first half was good. We had our chances. We didn't take them, but that's part of football. So I thought we were under control, and yeah, we just didn't take our chances. So we talked about that at halftime. Let's make sure we take our chance.
Well, you came out roaring in that second half. Those first 20 minutes, the pressure was incredible that your team was putting on. And what were some of those halftime adjustments you made?
Well, we dropped our pivot a little bit deeper, and then we dropped our 9 into the middle of the field so that we could outnumber them in the middle. And then we just said, let's go for it. Let's make sure that we spend all of our energy that we have. And that was basically the adjustments.
And just tell me about those 2 goals that you were able to score. Just kind of break that down for me, and what did you see from your athletes?
Okay, so Chanel just went on a wonder goal. She's a great athlete. She's going to go play D1 somewhere. She just was able to get around the corner and take a great shot, find the back of the net. So that was all Chanel. Second one was a corner kick play that we've been working on. It's our second play. It's not our main play. So I was just really happy that they recognized that I was calling it and that everybody performed it, because that was the big thing, is with whether everybody was going to be on it or not. So luckily we practiced it just enough, and then we were able to pull it off.
Some of the action in the midfield today, it was really impressive seeing Emma Fournier today and just what she was able to do, just continuously disrupting things for Northeast there. Just tell me about her as an athlete and what she does for you.
Emma had to take the Duolingo test 6 times to get here, so she was determined to be here. So she had to study her English and get here. She's a great athlete, very smart, and strong on the ball, but just sort of smart in soccer ways, like getting her body position right, disturbing the plays. Today she had a little bit different plan than she had in the past, because in the past she sprayed balls, big balls around, and today she was like, no, I'm going to keep it tight and keep it simple. And so she's just the type of player that can make those adjustments, and she's really smart.
And it seemed like she was able to handle the physicality. A lot of your midfielders were able to handle the physicality of Northeast well here today. And was that something that they brought to the table last time you saw them this season?
The first game, they out-physicaled us, and they beat us up all over the field. So my team was ready for that and just in for it. I told them either they're going to do it again or we're going to respond, and so they responded. And so that's what you saw.
All right, advancing to the district championship, whoever you see between that Neosho and Johnson County team, what's it going to take in order to advance? I know you said in the pregame, just you're treating this like your national championship in order to get into the national tournament here. What's it going to take to advance?
Well, we have to key on our own principles. I haven't watched any film, so I haven't been thinking about it. I'm just thinking about this game. So I'll have to watch film. We'll come up with a few different things, a few different wrinkles based on what we see and who we get. But the really big key is our key principles and what we've been building on since end of July. So.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations, ICCAC Championship, Regional Championship, and good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
That is Mukwa Gitschida, head coach of the Iowa Lakes women's soccer team here, joining us post-game after they pick up a regional championship.
It'll be good, yeah.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Spencer Esterbell and West Band and
Halftime here at the Northwest Iowa Soccer Field, where Iowa Lakes leads Southeastern 1-0, and they got that goal in that would be the 26th minute of action, or excuse me, the 16th minute of action. 16:58 or 29:50. I'm all over the place. 29:50 left to play in that first half, and they took a 1-0 lead. And that was Vessels who picked up the goal for Iowa Lakes. And for Vessels this season, the freshman, Eugene Vessels, he now has 8 goals on the year, up to 22 points after that score, and gives Iowa Lakes the 1-0 edge. I wouldn't say possession was dominated by the Lakers, but shots were dominated by the Lakers. They had way more than Southeastern was able to get going, and the ones that Southeastern were able to get towards the goal, Lewis Kruger had no problem covering them up. One of the best goalies in the ICCAC this season, running a 70.9% save percentage with 39 of those on the year. And the defense for Southeastern at times has just kind of fallen victim to some really, really good ball movements, some really, really good sequences from the Iowa Lakes attackers. And they've gotten some good shots off on them. They've just missed the posts a little bit right, a little bit high a few times. But Iowa Lakes, shots-wise, really controlling this game. The defense for the Lakers have been awesome. I've been really impressed with Yusuf out there, what he's been able to do back there for the Lakers in disrupting play from Southeastern. So a really good first half there from Iowa Lakes to take the 1-0 lead at the end of the first half. Again, NJCAA Division II Region 11 Championship for men's soccer. Trying to give us 2 games next weekend that will bring coverage for you on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD. As of right now, the women to play on Friday. If the men win, they'll play on Saturday for the district championship match here in Spencer. Looking forward to certainly the women's game, hoping to also be looking forward to a men's game here. And right now, looking okay, 1-0. I'm sure Coach McRae and the Lakers trying to figure out a way to get themselves a little more insurance as the second half approaches here in Spencer. Northwest Iowa Soccer Field is the location, the regular home field of the Lakers, one of the best pitches in the state of Iowa, really, that they've got going on here. So that'll be coming up here. Second half action is on the way. You're listening to Lakers Soccer on News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD, NorthwestIowaNow.com, SMUnet.net, and Spencer Channel 3.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
I've helped families in Southern California restore order to their dream homes. Now I've moved my family to Park City, Utah, where I'm rebuilding my business. Let's get to work. Oh my God! New town, new business, new Rex.
Help, I Wrecked My House. All new Wednesday night at 8 on HGTV.
Thank you for watching Ultimate TV from Spencer Municipal Utilities. To see our channel lineup, click the guide button or visit us online at smunet.net.
Fiber always wins. Stay on Team Fiber for unbeatable internet speed and reliability. Fiber internet brings much more to the game than 5G home internet. So, stick with Fiber internet to enjoy winning speeds up to a gig, winning reliability you can count on, and a winning customer experience with unlimited usage and no data caps. It's a win-win. You deserve to be on the winning team. Call Spencer Municipal Utilities at 712-580-5800 for details.
New episodes of Road Wars are right around the corner. So get scary.
Of 1-0, and we're getting ready for second half action for the NJCAA Division II Region 11 Men's Soccer Championship. The number 1 and 2 seeds from this region colliding here today in Spencer, finished towards the top of the ICCAC standings this season. Both teams ranked in the top 10, and the Lakers have the edge as we get set for the second half. Southeastern will start us with the kick. And we are ready to go. News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD, SMUnet.net, Spencer Channel 3. And, of course, streaming audio at NorthwestIowaNow.com, where you can stay up to date on all the happenings here over the course of the postseason for Iowa Lakes men's and women's soccer. Southeastern starts us off with possession. They get it out to the left side and move it up towards center line. And down that left touch line here, and getting a little bit of a run together, but once again, the Laker defense there to disrupt it. Whistle comes in, and it's against Southeastern, a free kick here for Iowa Lakes. Neither team has been shy to get physical here today. Lakers with the wind at their back, which always takes a little bit of an adjustment after you've been playing 45 minutes trying to kick into it. And even with the wind at their back, Southeastern was unable to get a whole lot of really good looks. So the Lakers taking this free kick here, and they'll go ahead and retreat it back to their keeper and Kruger. Kruger allows the formation to get set before he launches a kick down the left side of the field. Taken here by Southeastern, and here comes Vessels with it. Vessels swings a pass out to the right side. Lakers with an opportunity here in the 18-yard box, retreated back out to the right side to the corner. Rotating around the defenders. Swung back here. Yagi with it for the Lakers, and the flag comes up. A little too much contact there, and it is going to be against Iowa Lakes. So Southeastern takes possession here, working our way through our 47th minute of action. And Southeastern with the free kick from their own corner on the left side. This high kick around the center line, headed the other direction. Kicks back across the center line and pushed up ahead to Vessels here for Iowa Lakes. Vessels sends a pass out to the left side, running up behind it here and taking it for the Lakers. That's going to be Rafi, and Rafi gets it knocked away from him out of bounds, but it looks like we're going to have a corner kick coming up here for Iowa Lakes. It'll be their first corner opportunity of the match. It'll be coming from that left corner and approached here by Vessels from the goal line side of the corner. Right-footed kick, rifles one. It's a little long on the 18-yard box and rolls out of bounds. We'll get a goal kick. So Southeastern here for the goal kick and line up Oda to do so. Hiroki Oda, sophomore keeper for Southeastern, sends a kick out to the right side. Trying to reverse field, getting terrorized right now out in front of him before knocking it out of bounds there is going to be Louis Franks for Southeastern. Thrown in from that left touchline, header the other direction, that time from Iowa Lakes and Coppet. Knocked right back out of bounds. This time off Southeastern, a throw-in coming from the left touchline here for Iowa Lakes. They'll bring up Rafi to do it. Iago Rafi lofts one. Vessels misses the header. Southeastern trying to come away with it here. To the right touchline, high kick is going to spin out of bounds and into the bleachers. And the throwing coming up here for Iowa Lakes, kept in bounds. Lakers battling for positioning, top of the 18-yard box, taken away here by Southeastern and up the right side of the field, handling it here for the Blackhawks, Raposo, and it's going to be knocked right back out of bounds again. This time off the Lakers, and Southeastern to throw it in. Tossing it in here is going to be Ruiz. Ruiz lofts it up over the top. He's going to find his teammate there in Sahut. And there is a battle for it here, middle of the field on the Lakers side. Ball pops loose. Velasquez there. Moved up to the center line. Handling there for Iowa Lakes. That was Story. And a whistle comes in again here. This one's against Iowa Lakes. A free kick in front of the center circle for Southeastern. Working on our 50th minute of action here, 1-0. Iowa Lakes out in front. There's a pass out to the right side that's just walked away with by a Laker. Pass into the middle of the field, running on the back behind the defense. Here's a shot at the goal and knocked down by Oda. Best save of the day that time from Oda as he bowls it out to a teammate right in front of him on the right side of the field, Southeastern here. Collision of bodies and another whistle comes in. And plenty of arguments coming from the Lakers side. Some words there exchanged. Jose Velasquez, along with his teammate there in Sam Story, trying to plead their case. Out over to the left side, and Vessels taking it, retreats it, back to his teammate there. And Rafi knocked out of bounds by Southeastern. Rafi passes it in. Vessels takes it here left side. Vessels slips it up ahead there to Story. Spinning off the defense here, trying to slip a pass through to Velasquez there. For Iowa Lakes was Ensha. That'd be Nata Ensha, excuse me. And taking it here from the 6-yard box is Southeastern. Passed up the right side on the right touchline. Here are the Blackhawks pushing up ahead. And once again, this back line just not making anything easy on Southeastern Iowa Lakes. Out on the right touchline. Again, a battle for possession in the middle of the field. Pushed up ahead. Yusuf knocks it free. High kick up in the air, angling back over to the southeastern side. Race to the ball as Nata Henshaw tries getting to it. Iowa Lakes had it for a second, and here they go. Battle for possession, won by the Lakers out on the right side. Out onto that left side and bursting past the Laker front line here. Possession still loose. Southeastern regains it behind the center circle. It's going to be retreated all the way back to their keeper in Oda. Oda hurries a pass out to the left side with Nata Henshaw bearing down on him. Out on the left side, Southeastern across the center line now. In the middle. Out over to the right side, and Vessels comes away with it. Vessels trying to keep it in bounds here. A little too strong on that initial touch. Knocked out of bounds, and throw-in coming from the right touchline for Southeastern. Fired in there by Ruiz. Going to get it there to his teammate Louis. Louis downfield and taken away by Yusuf here for Iowa Lakes. Yusuf going to cover some more ground. This kid can move, and he's out on the right touchline. Still with it. 18 yards up from the goal line. He tried crossing it. It goes off of a Blackhawk there. Ishmael Navajo knocking it out of bounds for Southeastern. It's going to be a throw-in just up from the corner here for Iowa Lakes. So the throw-in coming like from the corner basically here for the Lakers. Here's an opportunity. Let's see what they got for us. Fired down the goal line, and that is going to get kept in bounds by Southeastern. Knocked right back out of bounds and a throw-in a few yards up from the corner this time. With 36:50 to go here in this second half, it's 1-0 in favor of Iowa Lakes. Lakers have used the wind at their back well here at the start of this second half with the 1-0 cushion as they work it on the right side of the field, trying to find some room. Taking it here for the Lakers is going to be Story down into the corner, trying to get a crosser set up, but it's deflected out of bounds. This will be another corner here for the Lakers. It'll be their third here of the day. So this corner, it looks like they're going to be bringing over Rafi to deliver it. Rafi sets it up. He'll approach from goal line side of corner with a left-footed kick, angling into the 18-yard box and kicked out of there. It'll be a corner kick from the other side for Iowa Lakes. 35:54 to go in the contest. 1-0, Lakers out in front. It's going to be Vessels delivering it this time for Iowa Lakes from that left corner. Vessels, he will also approach from goal line side of corner and will deliver a right-footed kick. This spinning into the 18-yard box, skip through, back out of bounds. They will say off Southeastern and another corner on the way here for the Lakers. Clock continues to roll here, 35:29 to play in this second half. 1-0, Iowa Lakes out in front. And now Yago Rafi to deliver the corner again for the Lakers, this time from the right. Approaches goal line side. He'll deliver it with the left foot. Here's the kick up into the air. Knocked away temporarily by the keeper, and defense stays with it here. Filling some space there for Southeastern. Good job by Ishmael Navajo. Actually, that would probably be Haruki Yamashita. And we'll get another corner kick here for the Lakers. Switching it back over to the left side with Vessels. Vessels, a low liner, headed once and now twice by Southeastern. Again out of bounds. Again, a corner kick on the way for the Lakers. This now their fifth corner kick just in the last few minutes. They've gone 3 times. They will go 3 times now from the right with 2 on the left. As the clock continues to roll here down towards 34 minutes to play. 1-0 Iowa Lakes out in front. This one skied into the 18-yard box, but it's going to be well out of bounds this time as the wind picked it up. And a goal kick coming up here for Southeastern. Southeastern, an ICCAC program from Burlington. Of course, a lot of different locations for these JUCOs, but Burlington is where the soccer team calls home. This kick up to the middle of the field as Southeastern tries to get themselves some breathing room. Iowa Lakes continuing with the pressure up the middle of the field to slip through. Velasquez, nice touch pass, but just a little too out in front of Sam Story there to follow up. And it is going to be corralled there by Oda. Kick out to the right side, managing to keep it in bounds here for Southeastern is going to be Ruiz. And unable to keep it in bounds there is Raposo. And it was off Iowa Lakes, though, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Southeastern. 1-0 as we're now 12 minutes gone in this second half. The throw-in will be coming from that right touch line here for Southeastern, but Iowa Lakes retains possession on the throw-in. And Vessels working down towards the goal line. He gets barreled out of there that time. No whistle, despite the request from and somehow keeping it in bounds. Our flag man here on the near side does say he was out of bounds. Iowa Lakes will throw it in from the left touch line. And Rafi comes up, fires it up over the top, header the other direction that time from Southeastern. And out on the left side, kicked back towards the goal line, and I believe, I don't know, they'll say that's off Iowa Lakes. That almost looked like it came off of Southeastern that time, but it will be a goal kick here for the Blackhawks. 32-10 to play in this second half. 1-0 Iowa Lakes out in front of Southeastern. NJCAA Region 11 Championship for Division II in men's soccer. This is just going to be passed off to Ishikawa. Ishikawa trying to cover some ground in the middle of the field. Another whistle comes in. And really no contact getting let past here by this officiating crew today. Kicked back into the middle. Nice pass that time taken by Ishikawa. Swings out over the left side out in front of his teammate, but good hustle there, and Southeastern trying to get an attack together. Out to the left side, getting terrorized by a few Laker defenders, knocking it free temporarily, now working back across the 18-yard box, right into the arms of Lewis Kruger. So Kruger picks it up and bowls it out over to the right side. This kick up the right side of the field. Velasquez goes back to get it just ahead of the center line. Pushes out to the right side. There he finds his teammate, Rafi, just behind the center circle, and there's the pass out to the left. Rafi takes it from there, pushes up ahead. Vessels. Vessels swings it back over the middle, and just stepping in front of that. Nice play there by Southeastern. Vessels takes a shot, going to be way too high. Credit to Tomas Raposo for disrupting what looked like was going to be a pretty clean shot there for the Lakers, but score remains 1-0 as we work through your 15th minute of action here in the second half. Nearly 60 minutes away in this regional championship match. A little bit of dangerous passing back and forth there for Southeastern. A lot of faith in their keeper there in Oda to keep it away from the Laker attackers. Kick straight up in the air, header the other direction, that time from Portajoy. And a battle for the ball here, tied up a little too much. They're going to say a whistle here against Vessels and Iowa Lakes. And the free kick will be taken here by Louis of Southeastern. Louis with that left hand all wrapped up. He's going to go ahead and retreat it back to Oda in the goal. Oda sends a pass out to the left side, just inside that left touchline here, cutting it back towards the middle of the field. Southeastern. Here's a kick. Spins against the wind here. Going back and retreating it is Raposo. Raposa now, left-footed kick out to the left side as it settles down into the corner. And kicked out of bounds there on that far side by Iowa Lakes. It'll be a throw-in. Looks to be about 15 yards up from the corner here from Southeastern. They get it in. Back into the middle of the field, Ishikawa. Ishikawa gets it back behind the center line. They'll go it all the way back to Oda. And Oda passes it back out to the left side, and this will sail out of bounds here, and Iowa Lakes will get a throw in from the right touchline as we drop to 29 minutes to play in this one. Over 60 minutes gone of soccer action here in the regional championship. Iowa Lakes with the 1-0 lead over Southeastern. Trying to put a nice string of moves together here. A free kick is going to be given to Iowa Lakes. They hustle it up the right touchline. Pass back out over to the right side. Swinging it back over the middle there for Iowa Lakes is Martin. Bounces around, kept in bounds by Southeastern. Vessels nearly followed it up with a kick out the goal. He's in a wrestling match for the ball. Knocking it out of the 18-yard box. Here's a kick at the goal, right into the awaiting arms of Oda there for the save. And here's Southeastern up the right side. And flying in there to take it away. Nice play by Story here. Slips a pass through to Vessels. Vessels sidestep here. Trying to find some room. Back into the middle of the field. Setting, kicking, rifling one at the goal and just missing high. Well delivered kick that time from Iowa Lakes and Saada. Saada just a little bit tie, a little bit right on that kick. Score remains 1-0 here, 27:48 to play in the second half. And now Southeast, just dangerous play right now as they're basically waiting for those attackers for Iowa Lakes to get up on them. Getting out of there is Ishikawa. Up to the left side, Southeastern now onto the Lakers side of the field before they retreat it back to the center line. Handling it there is Portajoy. Portajoy's kick downfield headed the other way by Yusuf. Into the middle of the field. Going back to get it here is Storr as he sends a pass out to the left side. Joust on the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll say off Iowa Lakes. Rafi had the last touch, and that's going to get thrown in here by Ruiz. Ruiz scans the field, lobs it up over the top. Header the other direction that time by Raposo. And now into the middle of the field, Southeastern. Swinging out to the left side. Going back to get it there. And Iowa Lakes comes away with it. Trying to get into a full run, decleated out on the right touch line. It'll be a free kick here for Iowa Lakes. After the contact, 26:36 to play. I think we just saw another card issued here against Southeastern. It is a yellow card. I did not catch who it is going to be applied to. But a yellow card given out. It's going to be the second against Southeastern here today. So Iowa Lakes with possession off the free kick here. And they lead 1-0 with 26:34 to play. Long kick down the left side of the field. Headed the other direction by Southeastern. Story goes back to get it. Retreats it, excuse me. Back to his teammate there in Kopib, whose long kick is going to go out of bounds way over the goal line on the Southeastern side of the field. And Oda lines up to kick it from the goal with 26 minutes left to play. 1-0 Iowa Lakes out in front. News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD bringing you broadcast of Iowa Lakes soccer here today in the Region 11 Championship for Division II in the NJCAA. Out on the left side here, Southeastern as they retreat it back behind the center line again. Just Iowa Lakes giving Southeastern no room to work. Anytime one of them has possession of the ball, the yellow jersey is close to follow. This kick out to the left touchline, somehow kept in bounds. Iowa Lakes trying to gain possession here. And a long kick down the right side of the field, bounding down the field, and kicked out of bounds on the right touchline by Southeast. A throw in here for Iowa Lakes, who has just dominated possession here through the now first 20 minutes of the second half, leading 1-0. And that's, again, can't stress enough how important it was to get that goal in the first half with this strong wind at your face. And Iowa Lakes has done a great job of using the wind to just dominate possession here in the second half so far. Story able to win a joust there, but it's knocked free down the middle of the field. Youssef trying to step in front of it. He does. This ball rolling out to the left side, going back to get it there. For Iowa Lakes is going to be Rafi. And now it's going to be Vessels. Vessels slips it through Velasquez. Excuse me, that would actually be Benozra. Now with it for Iowa Lakes is going to be Lefebvre. And he sends a kick at the goal that's punched out of there. Diving save that time from Oda. And the score remains 1-0. Pretty good delivery. But with 24 minutes to play, the score remains 1-0. A corner kick coming up here for Iowa Lakes. It'll now be their 7th of the game. They had like 5 there in a span of 4 minutes. This one delivered from the left side and sails over the keeper Oda's hand out of bounds. They'll say Oda must have touched it because they're signaling for another corner kick here on the right side. Let's see if Iowa Lakes can get one of these corner deliveries into the goal. Going to be delivered from the right side. Low one this time. Nearly kicked through. Bounces around. Kicked way too high that time. Standing in the 6-yard box that time, Iowa Lakes couldn't finish the goal. I believe that was kicked by Teal, the freshman. 3 goals on the season for him, just missing a 4th. 22:53 to go. Iowa Lakes up 1-0. Southeastern now with the goal kick. They're going to give it right back to Oda. Oda with the right-footed kick that is lofted into the air, knocked down here. And Southeastern regains control, knocked free by Raposo. And Southeastern trying to get a run together, but the Laker defenders back to pull it away. Out onto the right touchline. And this kick up the right touchline, staying in bounds all the way downfield before it finally goes out about 20 yards past the center line, and a throw-in coming up here for Southeastern. Throw-in coming from the left touchline here for the Blackhawks. Bounced in front of Raposo. Raposo across the center line. Cuts back to the left. Sends a pass up to the left side. And Houston able to knock it free. In the middle of the field there for Iowa Lakes. Handling it there was Teal. And now back and forth across the middle third. Possession controlled here by Southeastern. Into the middle of the field, and Iowa Lakes takes it away again. Here's Vessels behind the center line. He'll dish it off back into the middle. Sidestep, trying to lead Vessels there, letting him too much. Was Lefebvre. And Southeastern back with possession. This is Raposo. Raposo retreats it back there to his teammate and Ruiz. And then taken away from Ruiz is Vessels. Vessels slipping a pass through. Left side, poking it past the keeper. And finding the back of the net. The goal from Emmanuel Benozra. Give him 4 on the season, and the Lakers lead 2-0 with 21:02 to go. What a sequence there for the Lakers as they finally break through. They've had some chances here in the second half, just kept a ton of pressure up on this Southeastern side. And that started with Vessels coming away with a great steal out on the left side. And then he dished it off to his teammate there in Benozra. And the freshman caps it off with the goal. So Southeastern will get us restarted here. 21:02 to play, and Lakers in control at 2-0 here. Iowa Lakes trying to advance into the district championship today. They were there a season ago, fell to Neosho. They got an at-large bid to the national tournament, and I believe that's where Neosho ended their season. And it's going to be a throw-in here for Southeastern. Left touchline as the Blackhawks are just trying to get something going offensively. Haven't really had any great looks at the goal here today, and a lot of that due to a fantastic back line for Iowa Lakes, who continues to stay that way as they retake possession, middle of the field. Reversing field there is Kape, and out onto the right side here, Iowa Lakes into the corner. Slowing up the ball, trying to get down the goal line, but losing possession. They're going to say a goal kick here for Southeastern. And Oda will kick it up the middle of the field there. Finds his teammate in Ishikawa. Ishikawa, the pass out to the right side, going back to get it there, Neil Masit. Neil Masit right now in a wrestling match for it. We get a whistle there, a little too much contact from Kape. Pass back into the middle of the field. Knocked free there by Story. Vessels goes back to get it. He's got two black jerseys around him. Vessels down the left touchline. He's got a goal and assist here today. Lost it out of bounds there as he was trying to keep his balance. Throwing it in quickly there on Neil Masit for Southeastern. Long kick over to the left side of the field and unable to keep it in bounds. Or the Blackhawks. Iowa Lakes will throw it in from the right touchline. 19:34 to go in this one. Iowa Lakes leads 2-0. And your NJC AA Division II Region 11 Championship match. News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD, NorthwestIowaNow.com, bringing the audio broadcast here today. Here comes Iowa Lakes back on the attack into the corner. Running down to get it there for the Lakers is going to be Sam McCauley. Kicked back the other direction, going back to get it here for Iowa Lakes will be Kape. Kape back out over to the middle, and now it's going to be Vessels just left side of the middle of the field. Vessels sealing off his man, takes a kick at the goal, deflected out of there by Oda. Lakers trying to keep up the pressure here. Getting a little too close on the spacing, and Southeastern comes away with it. Pass out to the right side as they try to get it away from trouble. Long kick downfield, bounces right in front of a couple of defenders. They'll go ahead and swing it on back to Kruger in the goal. Kruger now passes out over to the left side. There to retrieve it for Iowa Lakes is going to be Lefebvre. And then his long kick downfield gets knocked out of bounds off Southeastern. Substitutions coming in here for Iowa Lakes. 18:10 to play in the match. 2-0 Iowa Lakes on top of Southeastern. Vessels will catch a break here. Rotating in for him, taking his spot for Iowa Lakes. I believe that would be Ryan Perot-Buziana. 17:49 to play, 2-0. Iowa Lakes on top as we're figuring out a stopped clock here. Well, the clock is stopped here as our official has some more conversations with a few athletes, a couple of yellow jerseys, a couple of black jerseys down there. Iowa Lakes operating right to left across your radio dial and screen, and they have fully taken control of this second half at this point. Out on the right side, Kape trying to get some positioning. Takes out a Southeastern player. Youssef is going to get whistled for a little bit too much contact downfield. Free kick here about 5 yards in front of the center line for Southeastern. That's swung into Shahut. Shahut's pass is going to get taken away here. And going the other direction. Here comes Iowa Lakes on the charge. It's a run out to the goal. Kick through and diving down to stop it again. Here is Oda. Oda's really been tested here in the last 15 minutes by this Iowa Lakes attack. He's let a couple go by today, but he's had some impressive saves as well. Heading the other direction here is going to be Sahut for Southeastern, out to the left touchline before it gets redirected. Back down onto the southeastern side of the field. Blackhawks still with it. Long high kick down the left touchline. Battling for possession out there on that left touchline. Both teams rifled back up that touchline. Southeastern still with it, though. They're with it, Sahut, into the middle of the field. Pass out over to the left side by Louis. Into the corner. This kick is just going to get covered up here by Yusuf. Knocked back out of bounds, and we got a stoppage here. Official blew the whistle and stops at 16-13. Iowa Lakes will be throwing it in from the right touchline. Substitutions in and out here for Southeastern. Clock stopped at 16:13 to go. News Radio 102.5, AM 1240, KICD, SMUnet.net, Spencer Channel 3's coverage of the NJCAA Region 11 Men's Soccer Championships out of Division II. Iowa Lakes with a 2-0 lead over Southeastern. Southeastern was able to beat Iowa Lakes on this pitch earlier this season. But the Lakers just playing some really good soccer in the past month, basically. They're still trying to sort some things out on the field here. We'll bring you highlights and a full report from this weekend's soccer action. Great couple of days of college soccer in Spencer. The Iowa Lakes women picked up the regional championship win yesterday over Northeast. Here's a throw-in that's knocked right back out of bounds by Iowa Lakes as the clock rolls beneath 16 minutes to play here in this match. Iowa Lakes holding that 2-0 lead. Southeastern, for those of you watching on the SMU stream and broadcast, wearing the black uniforms, it's yellow for Iowa Lakes. Controlling possession here all the way back towards the corner, then reversing back up the left touchline before finding Story just left side of the middle. Here's a long kick downfield, redirected, but Iowa Lakes still in possession with some numbers here. Pass out over to the right side. Good hesitation, but a nice follow-up there by the Northeast defender. Southeastern defender, excuse me. It'll be a throw-in from the right touchline for Iowa Lakes. $15 minutes to go in this one. 2-0. Lakers out in front. Fighting for positioning down in the corner. Southeastern trying to get it out of there. It's kicked back towards the corner. And knocked out of bounds. This time off Iowa Lakes. A throw-in coming up here for the Blackhawks. From that left touchline, knocked downfield there from Raposo. Battle for possession. Southeastern still with it. This kick downfield is going to be out of bounds, though, and Iowa Lakes will be throwing it in from the right touchline. 14:20 to go. Bounced in there, going back to get it is going to be Teal. Teal wears the number 44, big body in the middle of the field there, a freshman for Iowa Lakes. They'll have a free kick from just inside the right touchline here. We'll see what they have drawn up for this one. This delivered towards the 18-yard box, and it's all the way across the goal line and out of bounds. With 13:43 to go, a goal kick coming up here for Southeastern, who hasn't been able to get a look at the goal here in this second half. 2-0, Iowa Lakes on top. And Oda here Swings out over to the left side. This kick out to the right now. Taken there by Southeastern is Yamashita. Yamashita pushes it up the right side of the field. Back to get it. There is Zuniga. Zuniga on the goal line here for Southeastern and getting it torn away from him. Back with it is Iowa Lakes out to the left side. Vessels back into the contest for the Lakers. Quick pass to the center line. And back into the middle of the field, out onto the left side. This is going to be a look again for Iowa Lakes, and kicked in! 3-0, Iowa Lakes on top. Zentiel with the goal for the Lakers. Zentiel. And Iowa Lakes in command with 12:51 to go. They lead 3-0 over Southeastern. What a start to the second half here for the Lakers, and really the majority here of this second half as we're into your final 13 minutes of play. And Southeastern, who has been absolutely stifled in this second half by Laker defenders, has a long hill to climb. And they'll restart us here with 12:49 to go. Southeastern on the attack across the center line here. To the left touchline. Cutting back to the middle of the field. Here's a kick out to the right side. Climbing the ladder with the header is Iowa Lakes. Bouncing back out, and Vessels takes it away to the corner. Vessels trying to keep it in bounds. That was knocked out. They'll say off Iowa Lakes, and Southeastern will throw it in. About 15 yards up from the corner. Throwing it in here for Southeastern is Yamashita. That'd be, that'd actually be Navajo. And his throw in there, it's knocked around a bit, and a whistle comes in as Kruger couldn't corral it, but he gets knocked to the ground, and a free kick here for Iowa Lakes with 11:50 to play in this match. Kruger launches a right-footed kick downfield. It's going to be headed the other direction that time by Southeastern and Louis Franks. Now up, out over to the right side. Swung back to the middle of the field. Retreated back across the center line, and now with it again here is Yamashita for Southeastern. Lakers now in possession with it as they take it back. Pushed up just shy of the center line. Teal couldn't corral it, and now Southeastern back ahead of the center circle. Into the middle of the field there for the Blackhawks. That was Ishikawa. And then out over to the right side. Lakers trying to get it moving the other direction. Southeastern kind of into desperation mode as we get into your final 11 minutes of play, in Iowa Lakes with a 3-0 lead. There's a kick back into the 18-yard box. Yusuf is there for Iowa Lakes to take it back out to the corner. Yusuf tight roping the goal line. Kicks it back out. Good decision to keep that in bounds, and then just delivers it over the touchline for a throw-in instead of a corner kick for Southeastern. And Vessels tears another one away, but then gets a whistle. Vessels has had some impressive steals. One of them ended up in a goal to make it 2-0. 10:17 to play in this match. It's 3-0. Iowa Lakes on top. It's going to be a free kick here, favorable free kick for Southeastern. They've got it about 25 yards up from the goal line, just off to the left side of that penalty circle. They bring up Ishikawa to kick it. Scanning the offense here as Kruger moves into the left side of the goal here. Here's the delivery at the goal. Kruger is there to bounce on it. Knocked it down and then hopped on it. Score remains 3-0 after the free kick there for Southeastern. Big opportunity But once again, the defense comes through here for Iowa Lakes. 9:27 to play. This pass down the left side of the field, redirected with the header. Iowa Lakes back in possession just behind the center circle. Here's a long kick that's cut off there by Southeastern. Here come the Blackhawks back down the left side of the field. A little bit of stop and go here. This pass into the 18-yard box. Yusuf there for a header out to the right side in the corner. Iowa Lakes trying to keep it in bounds here. We get another whistle, and it's against Iowa Lakes. Plenty of free kicks to go around here today. 8:50 to play, 3-0. Lakers out in front. Another pretty favorable free kick. This one's off to the left side of the 18-yard box, 15 yards up from the goal line. It's going to be a right-footed delivery from that side towards the goal. Takes one hop into the arms of Kruger. And Kruger boots it down the left side of the field. One Laker down there to retrieve it. Collecting it and then pass, trying to get it back to Story, but taking it away here is going to be Southeastern. Covering some ground there for the Blackhawks was Yomashita. And then another stoppage. It's going to be a free kick here for the Lakers, I believe, just in front of the center line. Clock rolling down towards 8 minutes to play in this one. 3-0. Lakers out in front. News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD. Bringing you coverage here of Iowa Lakes men's soccer in the NJCAA Region 11 championship match for Division II. Winner moves on to the district championship next weekend. This long high kick up into the air. Yusuf buries it back into the ground. And Yusuf is going to get a yellow card here. He, of course, does not agree, but the Southeastern player was trying to fight for positioning there. Yusuf, the much bigger Yusuf, knocked him to the ground and tried redirecting the ball. And it's going to be another favorable free kick here for Southeastern. They're going to have a kick about sitting, I would say 25 yards away from the goal line, north of the 18-yard box, just off to the right side of that penalty circle. As our official directs where he wants this one at. Yeah, I'd probably say that's about 28, 30 yards away. Clock at 7:44 to go here in the match. It's 3-0. Southeastern needs a goal here. They are down big. Kruger adjusts to the left side, the right side, his right side of the goal. Here comes the kick, and it is going to take one bounce out of bounds off to the left side of the goal. And another goal kick coming up here for the Lakers as the clock gets rolling again back towards the 7-minute mark. Big substitution in here. I believe 4 new jerseys for Iowa Lakes. The Lakers in command after a great second half. They lead 3-0 here. 7:16 to play. 2 goals scored in this second half. One at 21:02 to play, and the other at 12:51 to play. And this kick down the middle of the field, Southeastern redirects it back over to the left side. It's high into the air. Plenty of hang time on it. We're bouncing in the middle third. Poked out of there. Still battling for possession right now and kind of rolling on top of the ball was a Laker there, so it'll be a free kick quickly moving here to Southeastern as we work towards 6.5 minutes to play. That touch there by Portajoy. Hustles it up out over to the right side to Ishikawa. Ishikawa's kicked down the middle of the field. Redirected by Iowa Lakes. Retreating it and then kicking it down the left side. Stepping in front of that one for Southeastern was Palaio. And we get another whistle and another stop, another whistle here against Iowa Lakes. Free kick for Southeastern, pushed up ahead to Raposo. Raposo turns to face the goal. With left foot, delivers into the 18-yard box. Yusuf is there to cut it off for the Lakers. Sticking with it is Raposo all the way over to that left touchline. Collision of bodies and another whistle. And another stoppage. 5:43 to play, 3-0 Iowa Lakes on top. Lakers will throw it in from the right touchline. Thrown in down that right touchline, knocked right back out of bounds, off Southeastern. Lakers to throw it in again, about 15 yards up from the initial spot. Iowa Lakes still trying to stay on the attack, and tripped up from behind is a Laker attacker. They're trying to get downfield. For Iowa Lakes was Ben-Azra. He's got a goal here today for the Lakers. They'll get a free kick. Sitting about 15 yards in front of the center line. 5:21 to play, 3-0. Iowa Lakes on top of Southeastern. Here's the kick from the right side into the 18-yard box, headed out of there by Southeastern. Trying to corral it here for Iowa Lakes is going to be Renata Gonzalez. And another whistle. And quickly hurrying into the free kick is Southeastern, as we're within 5 minutes from the final horn in this one. Out on the right side, there's the kick towards the 18-yard box, redirected by a Laker defender. They just moved the ball so well. Losing his footing there for Southeastern was Palayo. Ends up not costing him as Southeastern regains control of the ball here. Kicked back above the 18-yard box here for Iowa Lakes as they gain possession. This kick out to the right side. Lakers with it here. Clock down to 4:25 to go and a 3-0 lead for Iowa Lakes here in your Region 11 championship for NJCAA Division II. In the middle of the field, Lakers just corralling possession here, just getting knocked around all over the place. Finally, a whistle blows. They'll get a free kick just in front of the center line. 3-0 the score and 4 minutes to go. There's the pass out to the left side and cutting it off, trying to come away with it here on the right touchline, keeping it in bounds, but only to kick it in front of a Laker there. Taking that for Iowa Lakes is going to be Yuan Harrington. Harrington's pass up the middle, taken away temporarily by Southeastern, and the long kick is just going to go all the way back to Kruger at the top of the 18-yard box. Kruger picks it up, burns the clock a little bit before launching a boot down the right side of the field. Battle for the header won by Southeastern, and coming away with possession out on the right side of the field there for the Blackhawks is Louis Franks. Now out on the left side for Iowa Lakes is Teal. Teal sends a kick into the 18-yard box, one hop into the arms of Oda. Oda bowls it out over to the left side to a teammate here. 3 minutes to play. Iowa Lakes with a 3-0 lead. Out on the right side trying to fight for positioning and the ball that time is Ace Miller for Iowa Lakes. And a whistle against Southeastern. It'll be a free kick here for the Lakers. A little bit of frustration being shown out there from the Southeastern side as we go to 2:40 to play in this one. Free kick here for the Lakers. 30 yards in front of the center line. Headed out of the 18-yard box, coming away with it here for Iowa Lakes out to the left side. Here's an open look at the goal, delivered too high. That time from the left side. Kicking it is Ryan Pedro Buziana. 2:11 to play here. And a goal kick for Southeastern. Out to the left side, they move it. Trying to cover some ground. Pushing it down the middle of the field. Header the other direction by Iowa Lakes. Running back to get it here for Southeastern. And redirected way back down to the Southeastern side of the field. They'll retreat it back to Oda. Oda swings it out to the right side. Finds his teammate there in Yamashita. Yamashida's pass taken away by Iowa Lakes. Coming away with it there for the Lakers was Buziana. And the pass out to the left side. Southeastern now in possession. Trying to set up for a look at the goal. Collision of bodies. No whistle in the 18-yard box. Picked up there by Kruger, who bowls it out to a teammate in the middle of the field. 1:14 to go. Lakers looking well on their way to a district championship here today. In command 3-0 on the scoreboard. Pass into the middle of the field. Iowa Lake's trying to avenge one of their ICCAC losses, one of their 2 ICCAC losses this season. Out on the right side, ricochets out of bounds. Knocked out that time by Iowa Lakes and Ewan Harrington. It'll be a corner here, the first corner of the second half for Southeastern. Defense has been incredible for Iowa Lakes down the stretch. This delivered into the 18-yard box, kicked right back out to that left touch line and out of bounds off Iowa Lakes, where Southeastern will throw it in. We're beneath 30 seconds to go. Iowa Lakes in full control of this one at 3-0. Long kick down the field. Cut off here by the Blackhawks into the middle. Behind the center line with 13 seconds. And the Iowa Lakes Lakers are going to collect your NJCAA Division II Region 11 championship here today in Spencer by a score of 3-0. Laker men and women sweep the Region 11 championships here the last couple days in Spencer. And Iowa Lake's back into the district championship. They will host that here in Spencer coming up on Saturday. We'll, of course, bring you the broadcast of that match here on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD. We'll go ahead and take a break, be back with a post-game wrap-up. You're listening to Iowa Lakes men's soccer here on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, SMUnet.net, Spencer Channel 3, and, of course, NorthwestIowaNow.com.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
I want to face the best. I've been ready my whole life. I will spit you out. Nobody is safe from this madman.
AEW Collision, live Saturdays at 8 on TNT.
Thank you for watching Ultimate TV from Spencer Municipal Utilities. To see our channel lineup, click the guide button or visit us online at SMUnet.net. We have several convenient ways to pay your bill with Spencer Municipal Utilities. Sign up for our bank payment plan and have the amount due taken out automatically on the due date. Put your payment in the mail. Use the drop box in front of our office. Make a payment online through our website or mobile app. Make a payment by phone. If you have questions on what might be best for you, or if you need assistance setting up a different payment method, feel free to give our customer service a call at 580-5800.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
Because my coach treated me like everybody else.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because a mentor believed in my potential.
Is why I am where I am today.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed I could.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I led my high school team to 2 championships.
I am a valuable employee.
I have a career that I am passionate about.
I will be whatever I want to be.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Like all young people, youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
I don't remember how it started.
Iowa Lakes Lakers come away with a dominant 3-0 shutout win of Southeastern and claim the NJCAA Men's Division II Region 11 Championship. They advance to the District Championship as they try to get an auto bid to the national tournament here in a few weeks. And here's how it all went down. It started out with 29:50 to go in the first half. Iowa Lakes was able to strike first. And coming away with the goal for them was Eugene Vessels. That was goal number 8 on the season for Vessels. And they took that 1-0 lead into the halftime break. In the second half, Iowa Lakes came out aggressive, keeping up the pressure. They just dominated possession, dominated shots, and in that second half, they were able to score with 21:02 left to play. Kicking it in for his 4th goal of the season was Emmanuel Benazra, the freshman. Made it 2-0 off of a great delivery from Vessels after he ripped away a great steal to get downfield with some numbers. The last goal, his first of the season, was scored by Zen Teal. The freshman was able to come up and get himself a goal from the 18-yard box with 12:51 to play in the match, really putting this thing away at 3-0. And that brings us to that final score of 3-0. A clean sheet here today in the goal for Lewis Kruger. And a lot of that credit, along with him, goes to any of the defenders that were able to go in today. Yago Rafi, Florent Lefebvre, Anwar Youssef, and Jeremy Kappe, all with really impressive performances there in the back line for Iowa Lakes. Just really not letting anything go on. And it goes to the middle of the field, too. Anytime somebody from Southeastern had the ball, they had a yellow jersey in their pocket the entire time. Just plenty of pressure applied from the Lakers throughout this contest, and they come away with a 3-0 win and advance to the district championship. So we still have more soccer to go yet this fall, as we'll be back here for the district championships next weekend. Friday, the women will host Johnson County before the Laker men play on Saturday for the district championship. So an exciting, highly anticipated weekend coming up next week as Iowa Lakes men and women both try to punch their tickets to the national tournament with wins in the district championship. Should be some tough matches, of course, but two teams playing really good soccer at this point in the season. So that's going to do it for our broadcast here today. We'll go ahead and send it off back to your regular programming here on KICD. I'm Stephen Cutler, and your final score 3-0. Iowa Lakes over Southeastern here today in the NJCAA Region 11 Division II Men's Soccer Championship. This has been a broadcast of Iowa Lakes Men's Soccer on News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD, NorthwestIowaNow.com, SMUnet.net, and Spencer Channel 3.